Man, I'm telling you, the 2020s have been a crazy decade as we have seen the rise of just absolute fraud, crooks, thieves, liars, and alleged scammers in the finance space. And today I want to talk about another situation where we have yet another popular person who was blown up on the internet being alleged of being a complete scammer and a fraud and a liar. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mario Nawfal. Now, this is a guy who literally just came out of nowhere. 2 years ago, nobody had never even heard of this guy. All of a sudden, he comes out of nowhere. Next thing you know, Elon Musk is tweeting about him. Elon Musk is saying things like, this guy has done the best job covering the Russia invasion, the Russia-Ukraine thing, and the Russian supposed civil war that happened when the Wagner group guy, basically turned against them, that little mercenary group and that whole thing. Basically, this guy's just come out of nowhere. And there have been allegations against him for a while. By the way, shout out to the Upper Echelon YouTube channel. Upper Echelon has been covering, let me see, I think he's mentioned in this article over here. Yeah, he is. He's right here. So shout out to Upper Echelon because Upper Echelon has been covering Mario Nawfal and basically alleging that he's a scammer and a fraud and a liar for a long time. And now it's starting to get really serious because now the big news outlets are starting to pick up on it. And the reason why is because, well, Mario Nawfal is now famous. And that's the sad reality. We see this all the time. Most people who are like big in the finance space but aren't exactly like famous, don't really get covered by the mainstream media. I don't know why, but it's just kind of how it goes. But now that this guy has become a legit social media star, he's got like 800,000 followers on Twitter. Now it's gotten to the point where you have big outlets like NBC News that are now covering it. So let's just go ahead and check out this article. It says right here, the FBI and the SEC respond to complaints about Twitter audio star Mario Nawfal. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, what the heck is a Twitter audio star? I don't know what the heck that is either. But all I know is the only reason why this guy is famous, and I'm not trying to be rude, I'm just telling it like it is. You guys know me. I keep it honest. Some people say I'm a hater, whatever. I don't care. I tell it like it is. This guy has no talent, okay? He literally is famous for hosting Twitter spaces where he brings in a bunch of experts. He runs the room, doesn't contribute any knowledge or expertise to anything. He just runs the room, shuts up, and just lets everybody else do the talking, and he gets all the credit for it. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. And that's why they're calling him a Twitter audio star, because he runs these Twitter spaces that get like tens of thousands of people that are in the rooms joining and listening and tuning in and different things like that. Now, there is the NBC article about it, but I did want to go ahead and read this thread right here by Ben on Twitter because Ben did a really good job kind of explaining what the article is actually about. So let's go ahead and read this. It says right here, new. The FBI and SEC have responded to numerous tips about Twitter's biggest audio star, Mario Nawfal, who hosts the largest spaces on the platform. Two former employees tell me feds asked them to provide specific intel about Mario or maintain records. Then we have more. Let's go ahead and read that and check it out. Let me make it bigger. Mario has faced public accusations of fraud related to his current and former businesses. We spoke at length last night, and he denied those allegations, but that hasn't stopped a bunch of former employees from reporting Nawfal to numerous global authorities. Then we read this part right here. 3 former employees told me they reported Nawfal to authorities in countries including the United States, Canada, Germany, and the Netherlands. Allegations include non-payment, embezzlement, tax evasion, and money laundering and fraud. Then it says Chet Long told me he was instructed by the FBI yesterday to maintain a cell phone as potential evidence after he submitted a tip to the org. And Sigmund Holtz told me the SEC contacted him yesterday for more information about Nawfal. Mario used to be a CEO at a company called NFT Tech in Canada. Former employees allege he embezzled funds via incorrect or inflated invoices. Long said Mario talked openly of tax evasion practices. Former investors say Mario ran off with their money on a platform called Big Cloud. Many of these allegations were originally covered in a series of YouTube video by Upper Echelon. This is true. And they were published. Mario threatened to sue the YouTuber. Yeah, so let me just stop right there because that's one thing that I want to tell you guys. One of the ways that Mario Nawfal has been able to keep this stuff quiet is basically anybody that speaks out against him, he literally threatens to sue. That's how rich people keep average everyday citizens from speaking out against the fact that, some of their shady dealings or some of their frauds or some of the illegal things that they do. They keep people quiet by saying, hey, if you speak on that, I'm going to sue you. And it really is a sad world we live in, because the problem with that system that we're under is it makes it so that an understaffed and underfunded organization called the SEC is the only people that can go after these people. That's it. It's only the United States government. And one thing we know about the government is these different agencies that are supposed to protect average everyday citizens from financial crimes, well, they typically don't have the funding or the resources or the manpower to go after everyone. However, the average everyday citizen or regular people on YouTube do. Think of people like CoffeeZilla. Think of people like Upper Echelon, people like that. They have the time and the knowledge and the intelligence to go after these people. And that's why it's unfortunate that we live in this system. I've been saying for a while, we need new laws that protect people like us, people who go after these grifters and these scam busters, from being sued, because it's really easy to stop people like us. I mean, for crying out loud, they can't sue the SEC and win. I mean, even if they sue the SEC, the people who work for the SEC will be fine because they're going after the SEC, not the individual. But when we live in a system where when an individual themselves who doesn't work for the SEC exposes scams, think of somebody like a Spencer Cornelia or a Zach XBT, both of whom are being sued right now. Well, now you live in a society where the scammers and the frauds and the liars and the crooks are being emboldened, and that's a problem. We should not just leave this stuff in the hands of the SEC, because I've long maintained my opinion that the SEC does not do a good job. Now, I'm not completely blaming them. Maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they don't have the manpower. Maybe they don't have the funding. Maybe they don't have the resources. I don't know. But as it stands right now, they don't do that good of a job. There are a crap ton of scams and scammers who are just freely out there destroying people's lives every single day, and have done this for literally years and years and almost never get caught. It's a really messed up system that we live in. Let me continue reading this. It says, then former employee at Frank, I have no idea how to say that name, went public. Last weekend, his thread about Mario went viral. Frank has asked Mario for money that Mario said he'd pay him. Mario says Frank is trying to extort him, which he says is grounds for ending their agreement. Now, this guy right here, this Frank guy, he actually held a Twitter Spaces like 3 days ago where he basically told everything that happened regarding Mario. I actually didn't tune into the space, so I have no idea. I did want to go ahead and read a little bit of this too. So this is some article on this website that basically details everything that Mario Nawfal did. So we'll just kind of skim through it and just kind of read through it a little bit. So it says, as a result, there are many allegations that Nawfal pays for fake Twitter engagement. So yeah, just so you guys know, there's a lot of things that are being alleged about Mario Nawfal, just so you guys know. So a lot of people are alleging that this guy has stolen money, embezzled money. He hasn't paid people. He has scammed people. He's participated in numerous scams. And again, these are allegations. So Mario, do not come after me, because I know you're a crybaby and you like to sue. But it is being alleged, this is allegedly, that all of that is happening. It's also being alleged that Mario Nawfal is actually not his real name. I forgot what they said his real name was. Something weird. Some other name in a different language. I don't know. But basically, people are also alleging that Mario Nawfal is not his real name. I don't know if that's true. And then people are also alleging that he has fake Twitter followers, which I believe I saw a tweet from Zach XBT. I believe I did, where basically it was either Zach XBT or it was somebody else, but somebody pointed out that in a matter of like a few days, Mario Nawfal went from 400,000 followers on Twitter to like 800,000. I don't know, but that's what's being alleged. So yeah, there's a lot of crazy allegations that are being alleged against Mario Nawfal. And you guys know the old saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. Typically, when you're getting all these different allegations from all these other people left and right, typically you're more than likely guilty of some of them. Obviously, it hasn't been proven yet. So as of right now, it's allegedly, but we'll see what ends up happening. As of right now, the FBI and the SEC looks like they're starting to get involved. Now it says allegations of unconscionable pricing markups. Mario Nawfal's long history of failed businesses. Ooh, there's a lot. Nawfal's disastrous IDO fund. Threatens critics with lawsuits. Now, this I know he does for a fact, because Upper Echelon already showed the proof that he sent him a cease and desist. So, yeah, guys, once again, we have another big popular, social media star who has some allegations against him. And I want to say this, guys. I've been saying this for a while. if it's a valid, legit celebrity, they have a little bit more legitimacy. I'm not saying they can't be frauds or terrible people either, but you have to be very careful with these social media stars. You have to be very careful with them because a lot of them are bad people, and a lot of them use their social media stardom to promote scams and frauds and take advantage of their followers. It's no different than the YouTubers that I cover on my channel. So you just got to be very careful. But yeah, those are the allegations that are going on with Mario Nawfal. Now, I will be honest with you guys. People have been messaging me for months now about Mario Nawfal. People have been told me to make a video on this guy, talk about him. The reason why I didn't is because Upper Echelon did such a great job. I'm like, there's no better video I can make on this guy than what Upper Echelon already did. So I'm like, he might as well just keep doing it because he's doing such a great job. But I did feel compelled to talk about this now because now they're saying the FBI and the SEC could possibly get involved. And it would just be very interesting because, like I said, it's unfortunate that people like Elon Musk and other famous people, they don't pay attention to the ethics or the morality of these people. They just support whoever's popular. And that's another flaw that we have in our society. Everybody in the mainstream just supports people who are popular or are building a following. They don't care anything about the legitimacy of them or how they actually made their money or what they're doing. It doesn't matter. If you're popular, we support you. And I think that's a huge problem, and it's dangerous, and it's not right. And I got to speak out on that. So anyway, there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.